Welcome back to lesson number 5, or should I say lesson number winky face? Lesson number 5, whole note, quarter note. We're going to talk about note naming today. It's a bit of a longer video, and I'm going to go through a whole bunch of different steps and tricks and tips to help you name your notes as fast as possible. Now, this is kind of like learning a brand new language, and the good thing is no matter what language you speak, the whole world uses the same music notation. So you can go anywhere and you can play with anybody, even though you might not speak the same language. But we're going to start off with learning English in music, because it really is, the letters are based off of Latin technically, or English letters. Let's start off with the alphabet. So back to preschool. If you can say this with me, I know it's going to be really long. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is it. This is actually easier than preschool because we only go to G in music. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But the difference is we actually repeat forever. I don't know why I put a capital A, but it doesn't really matter. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A to infinity, and the opposite direction, G, F, E. I can't fit it, so I'll put to infinity. That's it. So we're using the alphabet. Now I'm going to draw it a different way because we actually go the opposite direction in a vertical manner. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm going to put an A and just a little arrow to tell you it keeps going forever. And backwards, I'm going to put a G and an arrow that goes forever. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and backwards G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, forever. Keep this here because it's going to help you out. Now this is where we add our staff. The staff is what you're going to see at all the way through your music, and depending on your clef, we're going to start at a different spot in our letters. So we're going to work first with the treble clef instruments, or if you play piano, just half of your instrument. But the last video, we talked about this treble clef being the G clef because it circles the G line. This is your hint to help you out. It's one of the tricks that people like to use when they're first learning to read music. And as you get better at it, as you get more practice at it, you can actually just look at whatever note is wherever on this staff or any other staff that you learn, and you can just say the letter and you know what it means right away. So what this is if I put a note here, a whole note, on this line, it kind of straddles it. You're going to see that this line goes right through the middle of the note. This is going to be a G note. If I put a note right above it on the space between the lines of the G and the next line above, which we haven't got there yet, this is a different note. Now, if we know this is a G, because it's the treble clef and it circles the G line, starts on the G line, I can use my alphabet from G going up, because we're going up in this direction. So G goes to A, which means this note here is an A and this is a G. If I did this, then you kind of get the point. We're going step by step, line, space, line, or G, A, B. If I skip ahead and put a note here on this space, you can just use the alphabet and go G, A, B, C, D will be the line, which means this space is now an E. And that's really it for note naming. Now we're going to do something else. This is a different trick that a lot of people use, especially for younger students or younger children. Again, 5 lines going across for our staff. I'm going to put the treble clef. And now I'm going to add a couple different things. First being an E, a G, a B, a D, and an F. Now these are basically in line with the lines of the staff. I'm going lines only. And there's an acronym that we typically use in music. It's every good boy deserves fudge. I've heard a couple different people say every or each giraffe bends down far. whatever you like to use, as long as it works, it works. Whatever acronym you want to make up for yourself, go ahead, but you need to use E, G, B, D, and F as the letters for that. The other thing is the spaces. Now, the treble clef's pretty easy because it spells something. If I put E, F, G, A, B, C, I'm going in order here, C, D, E, then really it just spells face going up. F-A-C-E is face. Every good boy deserves fudge. Each giraffe or every giraffe bends down far, or face. That's it. The common way of looking at it, and it's not very difficult to memorize, and it helps you really get the hang of where those letters are. You can always use the alphabet there. The other staff we're going to look at is almost the same. You'll see why in a second. It's the bass clef. Now, from the lesson video number 4, we had this line here being the F line or the F clef. So that tells you that any note on this line here is an F, which means if I put a note above in the space between this line and this line, we know that this is F, and after F, if we go up, because we're going this direction, the same direction up in the alphabet, we have a G. So we have an F and we have a G. If I put a note down here on this space, could you figure it out? Could you pause the video and see what it is? Probably you'll figure out with a F here going backwards. So F here, then we have E, then we have D, and then we have a C on that space. I can put them anywhere you need to, and you can figure it out using the alphabet or figuring out with the same thing as the treble clef. It's just kind of slid down a bit. Now, we knew that it was every good boy with an E down below. Every good boy deserves fudge, but now we have a different letter here. It's kind of shifted a bit. So now we're going to say good boys deserve fudge always. I don't know any other acronyms on the top of my head for this, but you can figure one out yourself or look it online. There's lots, I'm sure. Good boys deserve fudge always. And the spaces don't actually spell something, but it's another acronym. We have A, C, E, G. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on, the alphabet. But for this one, we're going to say all cows eat grass. I hope they all eat grass. If they don't, then I guess this is wrong. But all cows eat grass, A, C, E, G. Good boys deserve fudge always. G, B, D, F, A. And that's it for figuring out how to read notes on the clef. Let me just go back, because this video is a bit longer, and reiterate the 2 different clefs, the most common. We have the treble clef with every good boy deserves fudge. That's the lines. And the bass clef for the lines is good boys deserve fudge always. The spaces, we have F, A, C, E, and we have A, C, E, F, with all cows eat grass, or just face. It's in your face because it's spelt right in front of you. Lines, spaces, lines, spaces. Very, very simple. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.